So this was something I wanted to talk about, and I think I'm maybe a couple months late on this discussion. And it involves a popular YouTuber on the black section of YouTube, Tommy Sotomayor, and his current lack of relevancy on the YouTube platform. But what I just wanted to give my honest opinion as to why I think Tommy kind of fell off from where he was to where he is now. As of lately, he was in a bit of a conflict with other popular YouTuber, Kevin Samuels, saying that Kevin Samuels stole some of its talking points, and he went on to make a number of videos regarding such. But in his most recent conflict, it was with former NBA player Kwame Brown, who I believe now has a channel on YouTube and is doing great. But the real issue as to why I believe Tommy fell off is this. He deviated really far from his message. Now, back in the day, in 2013 is when I believe I was first introduced to Tommy and started listening to him. He was talking about the problems that the black community in the United States was going through. And I think it was some really insightful videos. All credit to him. His content was great at the time. It was very insightful. And I almost can guarantee it helped a lot of people, or opened the eyes of a lot of people, rather. And he did those in those news segments. I think the channel is taken down now. It was called TNN Raw. And the videos were about between 10, maybe 15 minutes long. It was very clear, it was very concise. It's talking about certain news stories which the liberal media wasn't covering. Very insightful, great stuff. Watched it almost religiously at that point in time. However, I would say in the last couple of years or so, his message or the position that he used to have started to buckle under the weight of controversy. And by that I mean he got into a lot of conflicts with other YouTubers. Not saying that he wasn't doing the stuff that he used to do, but it was polluted by this new thing, which was conflict and beefing with other YouTubers. And I think almost every day or every other day he had a stream about this one particular YouTuber. I don't know if he's still on YouTube or anything like that. True Freeman. And this guy, I believe, I don't really condone what he was doing. I believe he made threats or was talking about Tommy's daughter, stuff like that. And it was getting out of hand, and I don't blame Tommy for bringing it into public light, but he carried it on for such a long period of time where it just became like a joke after a while. And I'm like, okay, I'm not telling people what to do, that's their platform, whatever, I'm just giving my opinion. But when that started happening consistently, him talking about these other people for multiple hours on one stream, that's when I believe his content started to falter a bit. Because the one thing about a YouTube platform is you want to build an audience, right? That means you have to attract a lot of young blood to your channel. So when you're having these streams, these multiple hour streams, maybe 4 or 5 hours, he would go on about True Freeman and I believe someone else called the Roach Queen and stuff like that. When you have these lengthy streams about these people, any newcomer would look at this and like, okay, who is True Freeman? Who is the Roach Queen? And what does this have to do with anything? This is not relevant at all. Yeah, this is not for me. So I believe that's kind of what led to the downfall of it. Now, a lot of people said, well, Tommy had other channels, which I believe he did, and they were taken down. That's why he doesn't have that many subscribers and whatnot. And, you know, it kind of hit me that, okay, he had more subscribers than he currently has. But unless those people who were subscribed to him when his channels were taken down simultaneously, excommunicated themselves from YouTube altogether, there's no reason for them to come back and subscribe to his existing channel. And his existing channel right now has, under 50,000 subscribers as it stands, which is really not a lot, considering Tommy considers himself such a big name on YouTube. And it's really puzzling as to why that's the case. Like, just no one is coming back to his existing channels. Like, really, it's not making any headway at all. People are going to other channels. I think that's the reason he's upset. He's trying to ride the coattails off of the now popular YouTubers. Like I mentioned, Kwame Brown. He tried to get at Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels hasn't, as far as I know, hasn't even acknowledged Tommy. I mean, I follow Kevin Samuels. He hasn't done one video addressing Tommy directly or anything like that. He just does his regular content, his regular shows during the week. And I believe, and I looked more recently when I looked at Tommy's current channel, the most views he's gotten is when he was talking about Kevin Samuels and Kwame Brown. So what does that tell you? Like, everything else was irrelevant, I should say. But that's just me. That's just my thoughts as to why he is no longer relevant or where he thinks he should be on YouTube. But again, I used to be a fan of Tommy. I hate the position that he's in right now. I think he's kind of lost his morale and his sense of his integrity as a whole, because last I heard he had an OnlyFans channel where he was, basically making porn on his OnlyFans channel. Then he has, and this is through the grapevine, maybe someone can verify, that he has a Pornhub account where he does porn on that channel. I'm like, yeah, man, I would never see Tommy as a role model. All the young men who, looked at him and saw where he was to where he is now, I'm like, this is not the type of guy you really want to follow. Listen to his message whenever he gives them, but don't ever model your life after this guy. This is not a great lifestyle. But I wish him all the best. I hope that he could put all the conflicts that he's in, or all this controversy that he strikes up with people, kind of put that behind him and get back to the thing that really made you popular. Talking about current events, current issues in the black community, and just focus on that. He needs a real refresher, and I think that will do him good in the future. So that's basically all I got to say about the situation. I don't know him personally. I don't wish him any bad. I'm just giving my thoughts. If people agree, fine. If people don't agree, that's also fine. So, yeah.